Here back with another episode. We got another live interview going on. I got my dog C. Bro, introduce yourself. Tell everybody what's up, what you pushing, what you got going. What's the word with it?
What's going on, man? You can call me C. My Instagram RC Hippie. A lot of people go by C Alien. Uh, just all that. But my Instagram is RC Hippie though. But just an all around visual artist, really. Paint started off drawing and painting, and it's just doubled into clothes and photography and videography, just all types of different visuals and
Bet, bet.
hold on.
You good, you good. All right, bet, man. That's what's up, dog. Well, today, man, we had did some work with C y'all, and I had met him.
Hold on.
Oh, you good, you good.
Hold on. Sorry about that. Had a
Nah, you all good, dog.
yeah, I had a phone call. I'm a family man too, so you got to
Yeah. The chat
yeah,
gonna love
so,
that. I feel like we don't have enough family men that's very career driven and like creative.
yeah,
So like it's nice to have that energy just on live today because it's like you know I had put a question below like who is C and you had gave it us a little bit, but talk about your aspects of a family man and an entrepreneur. Like how is it balancing that? You know what I'm saying? Like what comes to your mind day to day from
yeah.
being a family and a businessman?
That's a good question for real. Because that's not it's like you said, that's not really something that's specifically seen a lot or talked about. So I mean, it's between the family man and the businessman. It has its up and downs. Like just to be real, like it has its up and downs. His stress is a lot of time juggling. It's a lot of just juggling and period. You always busy, always got something to do. But that's a dependent, I guess, depending on the person. That's a good way to look at it too, because you always got something to do. You always got something to take care of, whether it's yourself or your kids or your spouse or your business or whatever you trying to, become into whatever you want to do, your goals. So it's but it's very like it's got to be very self motivational too, because you do have those days where it's a lot, you got a lot on your plate, just it can be overwhelming at times. So it's really just trusting God and trusting yourself and just knowing that you're gonna get it all done one step at a time. That's one thing I'm learning too. Like every day, I was just telling myself that, like, because I be having moments where I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I feel like I could be doing more, going hard, or focusing on this and this more and stuff. But it's like when you really break it down and look at it like day to day basis and count down everything you did and all the phone calls and all the texts and all the stuff you organized, like you do a lot. So that's really that on that.
Ashe, bro. I respect that and I like that because I know the one thing as a father, your priority is your child. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Of
right.
course, your spouse, and everything else. But I'm pretty sure you understand, like, if you're not around your child and telling them things, somebody else will.
Right,
So I
yeah,
know it's
right.
on your mind 100%, and you probably like, man, I gotta do this. So I know your schedule is like you tell people no a lot, huh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I could say, even like say before I had my kids, like um I used to go to a lot of shows, a lot of pop ups, a lot of art shows, stuff like that. Like I in the city, I would kind of try to stay in the scene, quote unquote. But it's like now, like I'm just working or providing or chilling or whatever. I was just telling somebody like weekends family time for real. Like
Mm.
yeah, like that's mandatory. That's mandatory. Like weekends family time for real. But it's all a mindset too, because it's like in reality, with everything going on, political and economy and all that type stuff, everybody kind of struggling and stressing right now in their own way, in their own form and fashion. So it's like the balance, trying to balance out, like trying to hustle and make money and trying to chill out and slow down and be with the family. It's heavy. So
That's what's up, dog. So tell me this, right? So
mm,
with all those aspects, how do you create a place for creativity? Balancing these things, because I feel like to have a creative mind, you either got to be this person when you see something, you just know how to just make it bounce off and create an idea. Or some
yeah,
people, they like, I need my time, I need my space, I got to have this done so I can think. Like, what works for you, and what advice can you give the chat that balances a lot of day to day to be able to
yeah.
create?
Now I feel that. I feel like it really just with like whatever chance you get throughout the day, just take that opportunity to do what you gotta do and be prepared too. Like you may be traveling out or going be out and about or going to work, coming from work, or it's points of those time periods where you're gonna get inspired. You're gonna see something, be like, oh yeah, that's cool, or you're gonna hear no matter what you do, if you're a writer, you make music, you're an artist, like I keep my camera. I mean, I use it every day, but I keep my camera in my bag every day. I keep my camera with me every day, cause you just never know. Cause it has been those times where the night I end up don't having my camera, that's where all the cool stuff happened.
Hey, real talk.
but it's like, yeah, just like on the inspiration aspect, just taking because I feel like, at least me personally, like I do so much different stuff, and because everything is basically art to me. Like I do so much different stuff. I may be editing pictures or video on my phone, or like I sometimes I include the creativity with the family time. Like I'll go out in the shed and be painting with the kids, or if we go out, like say weekends, I say family time. We go to an event, like I let my daughter hold the camera, or we all taking pictures together, shooting around and stuff. So yeah, like it's ways to get around the whole time concept of like not having time. It's really just how you use the time for it.
Yeah, because if I always tell people, if you believe that you don't have time, you will never have time.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of program, like, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that, and it's like,
Hmm.
sure, like you're not always gonna have time for everything. That's why it's different days, different seasons, celestials, all that cool smoke. But at the end of the day, it's like, shit. I know what I'm giving my energy to, and I know I don't. So
Right. Yeah.
with
Right.
that being said, what was the inspiration, the creation behind your business? And let everybody know what your business is and what you do, because that's one thing we are here for, is to introduce your business and market,
Hmm.
because I feel like as Black entrepreneurs, we have to market harder than most
Yeah.
people. You know what
Definitely.
I'm saying? And I'm not even trying to put us in the group like, support Black businesses. It's like, nah, like we know what's up, we know what it is. So it's like, just even
Yeah.
being an
Definitely.
entrepreneur, I gotta go hard. But with my color and how I look, I gotta go twice as hard because niggas
You
ain't gonna
got
give me the respect I deserve.
hard. Yeah. Nah, yeah. I like how you said that too. I like how you put that. Cause that's something I'm learning like day to day, like just like how can I do something different or how can I show this certain person that I'm serious in what I do or whatever. But uh like I said, I do a lot. Like let me see. Cause I started drawing when I was younger. I was off and on that. And then as I got to high school, I was like basically drawing stuff for money, like drawing people tattoos and portraits and stuff like that when people really learned that I could draw and stuff. And then my art teacher, he's really like the one that got me into painting for real.
Mm,
Cause in school I wasn't like the best kid and I wasn't like, you know, top on the roll and I ain't have the best stuff going on personal life and stuff. But it's like he still saw he was that person, like how you always hear that story, you got that person that just like saw it and he was that person. So he pushed me. I was in class doing still lifes and paintings and stuff.
right.
So it just carried on from there. And then photography, because really nowadays I'm really heavy on the camera work. Like
Mm,
I'm getting into videography and cinematography. I've been doing photography for I want to say, dang, yeah, about like 9, 10 years now. So
wow.
yeah, cause and the photography, like it wasn't really even ever a thought of mine because my grandfather he gave me his old camera when I was younger, and I just started shooting around, taking pictures, and I liked it. So I'm just here now. But yeah, like a lot of camera work, a lot of like editing and stuff, Adobe and all that. Um, a lot of painting and stuff. That's really the basis of what I do for it. Of course, like I say, I'm trying to step it up, go into cinematography, and I want to do graphic design and stuff like that. But that's really the basis of what I got going on. And then I got my clothing brand, Extraterrestrial Expressions, and uh, you can find that in the link in my bio on my homepage, RC Hippie. But and you'll see like the videos and pictures and stuff.
Mm,
But that was really inspired by my brother, Dez Unknown. He's the creator of his clothing brand Unknown Network
okay.
because I've been like growing up and growing. Oh, that's my son. He probably not trying to go to sleep, but no, my brother, yeah, like he started his clothing brand. And years before that, like, I've been doing stuff with my clothes and putting holes in my pants and all that stuff. I've been doing things here and there with the clothes. But for him to really like step up and start a clothing brand and really like doing his thing with it, like it inspired me to do the same thing because I've been thinking about it for a minute. I just never did it. So, you know.
That's fire, bro. And I see why you a family man, because it's like, a piece of your family kind of help you have that mindset.
Hmm.
So, and then that kind of brings me to, how do you inspire other people? Because it's like you saw the work, you saw someone put it in, then it made you committed. So it's like, how do you bring that to others? Because it's like, being on your page, I see you have multiple people wearing your gear, doing photo shoots. You know what I'm saying? I see you all over in your area walking around constantly. communion with people. So it's like, is that a part of
Mhm.
your inspiration, just being out there in community, or do you find different ways to activate other people?
Nah, that's definitely the inspiration for just life and surroundings and your personal experiences, you know? Like a lot of my art, especially my paintings and stuff like that, like it really just come from life for real. But it's when it come down to like inspiring other people, I just try to like I just try to show the reality as much as I can, like the good times, the hard times, the low times, the high times, the wins, the losses. You know, like not innocent. I never really been like a heavy social media person, so it's like not in a sense where I'm putting too much of my business out there, but I'm letting you know like today's a good day, today's a bad day. You know,
Mm,
but it's like I'm still going, you know. So and even out in the street, like, you know, if I do go to shows or be with people I'm with, it's really just like the community. Cause for real, like a lot of the people that you see in the pictures, like wearing my clothes and stuff, that be like my friends and cousins and my
mm.
brothers and stuff. Like I don't even really be showing the clients because when it comes to like people actually getting the merch, that's like I respect that. That's cool. That's love. Like I'm gonna always appreciate the money and the support and everything. But when it's like when it really come down to the production and putting pieces together and stuff, I really just be having my peoples for it. And I don't be seeing nothing wrong with that. So
That's tough. That's
like
tough. I think
yeah,
that.
like on the brand
Yeah.
page, all them pictures be just be my peoples for
Mm. Yeah, I think that's the reality around it, because it's like you showing people that, like, I have a community, I have a tribe,
real.
what I'm saying, I have
Hmm.
people help me. So it's like, you know, they, whatever they cop from me and stuff, they go into a different area and flexing it. And
Yeah.
you see somebody, they be like, yo, your shirt hard, where you get that from? And it's like, oh, my man's making, here the website, or here's the card, or
Hmm.
here's the link, I can share it to you real quick, or airdrop it. Just the realms of society we in, with the
Hmm.
electricity, or the technology, I would say, not electricity.
Right.
Because it's like, if you like, you don't got to carry business cards anymore. You can get Blink, you can get all types of shit that you can share
Right.
business to people. So my question is like, I always see you post, what I'm saying, what is another way of marketing that you do besides using social media? Because some people feel so heartbroken and damaged, like, my page don't get views, like, I
Hmm.
feel like no one don't be liking my shit. But I feel like you one of those guys where, because you say you bring reality to it, so I feel like the people who are
Hmm.
entrepreneurs that are realistic, they know that you don't just have to get it off of social media to make a sale.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Like build up your confidence to the point where, and I'm saying this as like someone that experienced this too. Like it was a point where you gotta gain enough confidence and enough courage where you just take it to the streets. You go out to the people. You go out to these art shows and pop ups and little vending events and stuff. You know, you network and talk to people. Cause that's really like really what it comes down to. Like the social media, we living in an age where like the social media gonna be there. But if you really wanna like get the heart of the people and love and really like, you know, express yourself and like show the people who you are and what you can bring and how we can help each other come up, then you gotta get out to the people. Like I really didn't start uh I really didn't start exposing my paintings for real. Uh, till I was maybe like a teenager, but I started going out on the street, like selling my paintings and stuff, and photography. Like once I realized, uh, uh I like to take pictures and stuff. Like I started going out to street meets, like little camera model get-togethers, shooting around and stuff, and going to art shows. So like you just gotta get out and get connected, talk to people for real. But it does come with a lot of like, you know, courage and determination, especially if you're someone that doesn't want to. If you're like an introverted person, basically, then that can come hard for some people. But it's really that for real. Like I don't know if you seen it. I seen a video of Cardi B
Mhm.
selling her album out of her car. Up
Yeah, that girl's on the street, had the incense,
Yeah,
had the bonnet on, looking cute, pushing
yeah.
the skis, no cap.
Yeah, like she was taking it old school like that. Like I don't listen to Cardi B for real, like I hear her music, but like I respect that. Like that's cool,
Yeah, like
cause
seeing
that's
that
really.
is like it made you want to buy a CD because it's like damn, you got $100 million, you got marketing team, you got
Hmm.
all types of shit, but it's like you want to be out here and show like I'm a different type of hustler. Like I'm from the Bronx. This is
Hmm.
what we do.
Exactly. Like sometimes that's what it take. Like you just gotta show people you you gotta show people that you willing to take a step out of your box to get it done. Even if you stay out of your box or go back to your box, you gotta show them like you know you'll do it if you have to.
Right, right. Yeah, because I really see like sometimes we always say, "Oh man, that's cringe," but it's like
Mhm.
the people who looking cringe are the people who are getting the likes, the views, the the
Right.
the all the
Hmm.
stuff that the average person will want. Like they say,
Hmm.
if you want to make serious progress or money or whatever, you got to kind of be assessed. You kind of have to be like a psychopath in a way, and
Yeah. Right.
that might not sound you know good to a certain person, but it's like when we see these TV shows or we see these people in high positions, we realize how fucked up in the head they are.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Cause it's like you got. I feel like when people get to them points, like those certain levels and stuff, like you really gotta be like relentless. Like you gotta be fierce, and that can probably break people sometimes. So that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that can does break people because it's like imagine because I think I had a fortune cookie, and it's
Mm.
like a modest man doesn't talk to himself, and I'm like, man, I guess I ain't modest then, nigga, because boy, I be on sometimes I be on these streams and it's like if it's only like one or two, three people watching, cool, or it's just me,
Hmm.
and then I get the views later. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with talking to myself. I'm okay recording myself.
Yeah,
The information, and because it's like I think it's not enough teachers, it's not enough entrepreneurs, it's not enough people
yeah,
who are out there trying to be the next thing, whether if you're a doctor or whatever. It's like we don't have enough people actually putting themselves out there. Because
hmm,
people who are putting themselves out there, you might run across a YouTube page and you be like, damn, like he got 23K subscribers or 5 or 10K or K. And it's like, I don't know this dude, but
right.
1,000 other people do.
And then sometimes it could be the opposite. Like I've seen people with like 200 followers that's going hard.
Yeah, no cap.
Yeah, like, but it's but that's a good point to make though, because it's like in reality, when you really sit and think about it, we don't really a lot of our generation don't really know the outside of what we've been taught, whether that's school whether that's like, growing up or listening to the older generations. So it's like we're kind of at a point where a lot of people are breaking out of that, but they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and that's true. Cause like, and that's why I feel like we gotta have more teachers, more people out there. Because at the end of the day, we all don't know, but it's the
Yeah, right.
all get up
Mm-hmm.
and try and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Listen to intuition. We might sit down and pray. We might sit down confining the people around us and make a plan.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I think those are the answers: courage, community, and perseverance. Like you just gotta have those traits
Yeah.
about you. Courage, because you gotta confine in yourself and understand who you are. And if you don't understand who you are, that should be the first goal. You know what I'm saying? Recognize the God within you and your mindset
Mm-hmm.
that you have. You know, you probably gotta be disgusted with some of the things that you're doing now, so you can be that person that's
Exactly right.
that's
That's it.
getting the
You're
things.
right.
Because like I'm pretty sure you had to deal with mindsets to be where you at today. Like before you was taking those pictures and painting, you really had to make yourself sit down and do it.
Man, I've had to deal with my own mindset, you know? Like it's like it should feel life changing. Like you I don't know, like some people do all of this straight for the money, and they make them, like all respect to it, like respect to the hustle. Like they do it for the money, and they actually make money off it and become like that's cool. But it's like I've been through I've experienced too much in my life for it to not be something where it's like it revolves around my soul in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like I was just saying where they have this. Oh, okay. Um, that was a text message, but it's like my top three are literally like God, family, and creativity. Like I was just telling my man, like at this point, I'm just trying to like do it how they was doing it like in the 70s and 80s, like just put out as much art into the world as I can before I'm gone for real. Just put out into the world as much as I can. And then definitely, you know, try to bring definitely try to bring some for my kids, my wife and kids, cuz I want my kids to be my age and be able to, you know, not do what I'm having to do or work as hard and, fall back on some. Even if they don't fall back on it. Like even if they, you know, start their careers and hustles or whatever they into, like they still know at the end of the day, like I can come to mom and dad, like I can come out here and be good if I need it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nah,
So
that's 100. Because it's like when you think about it, I was thinking about my artists and the music I listen to and the people I know,
mhm.
whatever. I'm thinking like, damn, like they always putting music out. Like they finding something to put out, and it's like
Yeah,
they put albums out every Friday. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who gonna drop, but Friday you expect some new music, a single or
yeah,
something.
right,
So it's like I gotta get on that time. The team gotta get on time. Everybody I'm working with, we gotta get on that type of time because it's like you gotta just push shit out because you might not like it, but it's gonna be so many eyes. It's like, bro, this is so
hmm
hard. This is
hmm
your greatest thing you put out, and it's like man's. I didn't had no. I had nothing to eat that day. You know what I'm saying? I almost got
right, yeah,
fight. You know what I'm saying? My man's got shot. Like so much shit happened that day. I made that and I didn't even like it, but I posted it. But y'all tell me this is my best work. But I put my
right,
heart
yeah.
and soul into this one piece, and y'all don't even give a fuck about it. Like what?
That's how I be though. That's really how I be though. Like the like that artist perception, like. the word you don't like, everyone love.
Real talk, man. Um, Now, real quick before we get out of here, man, I really want to ask you what's your things about aliens and extraterrestrials. Like, what's your mindset and thoughts about that? Because I see that in your art, I see that in your clothing, and I think it's
Yeah,
pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, my true opinion. A lot of people always like to. I think my one homie he liked to listen to Billy Carson. He would like we are the
yeah.
aliens and shit. So I feel that vibe when I'm looking at your gear. Like, we more than
Hmm.
what you see.
Hmm. That's I like, man. You really like one of the first people that's asked me that for real. But it really just stimulate back to it's a mindset for real. Like knowing and realizing that you are different and that you are not you're not like anyone else in the room, you know? Like
Right.
even down to the brand, like it's expressing the fact and it's taking in the fact that you it's okay to be the black sheep, it's okay to be the elephant in the room, it's okay to have all the eyes on you or not have any eyes on you. Like whatever your reality is, that's your reality, but your
Yeah.
reality isn't like anyone else's in the world. That's really where the alien comes from. Cause even before, like the logo of my brand, it was I had it tatted before I even made the brand, and then before I even
And
had it tatted, like I've been doing the alien stuff for years. But it's like that's really where it stemmed from for real. Like just
it's
the
something that came from a part of you type shit.
right. And now it's just branched off into something bigger, something more. That's why you see on the brand page a lot like I'll be posting like remember to express yourself.
Okay, okay, that's fire,
Yeah.
bro. I'm gonna need some patches and stickers for when I'm out here competing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to make the goal of just having all affiliations of the guys, people I know I
Hmm.
worked with. Like, it's nice to wear some Nike or some gear out here, but it's like I want gear from people I ain't interacted with personally. I ain't tapped into their energy.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know the niggas at Nike that made that shit. Like,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
hard, it's cool, but it's
Bro.
like I really want to wear something, be connect. Like, yo, like, I got on Sea Dog shit. He out there making more. He just made this
Bro.
custom patch. Like I want to live that type of life and mindset. Like, I just threw some money in to advertise myself, so I'm finna get a custom made, shirt, and other people finna buy it. Like, I feel
Dog,
like
it's
people got to
crazy
be in that
you
type of
say
mindset.
it's crazy you say that. I'm laughing because I was literally just like before we got on here, I was literally just looking at my like my shirts, like looking at my wardrobe or whatever. And I was looking at all my shirts and I was like, dang, all of my shirts are like brands from out here. Like I don't got no normal shirts except for like t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like if you got a T-shirt, you can tag that bitch.
uh Shoot, some of my t-shirts be having paint on it and everything, but nah, yeah, that I definitely agree with what you saying. We definitely gotta promote ourselves, promote each other, you know, encourage each other, encourage ourselves, and keep learning how to do it. So, mm,
Yeah, we might have to start a trend talking about did you create today to like really have people out here and active and just like
I
talking
like
to our
that.
communities, because it's like at the end of the day it's like if you didn't create today, in a way it's like you saying that you didn't grow. You didn't really try to heal yourself. You didn't really try to be yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like creating. I feel a lot of people think they're not creative, right? And I wrote an article about this, and I call it "The Death of the Artist." Y'all can go check out my Substack, and of course, check out the niches for the Flame Substack. But
Send me
we just
that
write
link.
a lot of pieces. You know what I'm saying? But with this one piece, I was just talking about how a lot of people got this creative aspect and spark within them that they don't activate
Mhm.
or they think it's not there. But it's like, one, to
Mhm.
be creative, you have to find something that you want to do to build upon. Like even people that
Yeah.
draw, you might be like, yo, he can draw his ass off, but like his first three drawings, like probably was something like mid, or he just took his
Right.
time with it so
Uh-huh.
long that like it took him 4 days to draw that. So when you see it, you saw it on the fifth day, it's like, oh my god. Where he
Mhm.
got to the point where like now he can just bust it out within 15 minutes to an hour because he practiced drawing it so much,
Mhm.
which gave him that creative talent. You have to discipline your creative talents so they can be something, great. So they can be
Nah,
something where they're
definitely.
worth watching, not just for other
Heavy
people,
on
but
that
for
one, definitely.
yourself.
No, definitely. You is definitely discipline your creative talents, your creative gifts. Definitely. Like I try to do whatever I can each day. Like whether I'm editing a picture or something, like,
Mm,
and then some, and then usually a lot of times like it just. But I've noticed for a lot of people in the creative world that are like that, like it just becomes a habit. Like you just need to do something creative for the
yeah.
day, or you're gonna snap. You're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, no, like I've been really keeping the habit of having my sketchbook on me at work.
Hmm.
And it's like, I'll do like a file, and then I'll go to the side and go back to working on my mural. Like I really
Right.
started back
Uh-huh.
going back to my graffiti murals because I used to draw 'em so much. I used to have fun tagging shit, and I'm just like, damn, like I realized I don't really do that no more. I'm finna just go back to doing that because it's like I
Hmm.
want to work on my creative drawing and build stuff, and it's like, well, I gotta draw all the time if I really
Yeah. Right.
be in that type of space. Like, because my one homies, when we was always drawing, we was always, I'm like, you, it's a notebook and a pencil somewhere. If I don't got a pencil, I got this pen or I got this marker,
Hmm.
and I'm finna get nasty with it. Like
Hmm.
every time I
Make
turned in an
use of
assignment,
some.
it was either Goku, it was a shining, it was something on that piece of paper. My teacher be like, I'm gonna start taking points off of this shit. Like,
Nah, definitely. Nah, definitely. Cause like that's the only way you get better. That's the
real
only
talk.
way you learn how to adapt into it.
Real talk, man. So real quick before we go, this is gonna be our last thing. What is something that you know you want to give to the people before you go, like something they should harp on, or advice, tips, like what is something you want to give to everybody before you go? Because I feel like we had a amazing talk. I feel like we touched on some things that that has to be reiterated, that has to be talked about, so
Right.
that could be, so it has to be in your head, because at the end of the day, like sometimes we get certain places or information and we feel like things are regurgitated and repeated, but it's like
Hmm.
that's how we learn something, constantly doing it
Hmm.
over and over till we can't mess up.
Hmm. No, definitely. I definitely want to say, keep moving, keep going, you know, keep pushing on. You got your bad days, you got your good days, you got your great days. You take a win, take two losses, take a step forward, take two back. It's a cycle. It's a cycle and it's a process, but you gotta keep going. Definitely. Like how we just talked about, like consistency and determination and just playing it through. Like you gotta keep playing it through, because not only will you gain more wins out of your losses eventually, but you'll learn a lot too. Like it's all a learning game. So just definitely like keep yourself lifted, keep your head raised, keep going, and you definitely gonna learn a lot. So, and learn a lot about yourself too. It doesn't even have to be creative. It can be, you know, nursing, anything creative. It can be, HVAC. It could be whatever field you in, whatever you love to do. Keep doing it. Keep remembering why you do it, and keep going. You know.
Right. I mean, those are arts too when you think about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
we just don't classify them because we see them as working occupations. But when we really like look at a lot of things in this world,
Right, yeah,
it's
it's
really a
all
form
art,
of art.
it's
It's a
all
form of
creativity, definitely.
real
And keep
talk.
the passion too. Like remember why you do it. Remember what you do it for, and never stay stagnant on how you do it. Always grow. So
Ashe, man. Well, we're going to head bounce out here. I just want to say thank you, bro, for pulling up. Thank you for working with us. Just means the world.
definitely, man.
So I'm gonna lock in with you. We're gonna tap in some more, and of course, everybody, make sure you tap into the Spiritual Business Academy for those who want to join the school, who just want to learn. Of course, it is free, and we do have memberships for the people who want to belong and go deeper with the studies and the knowledge. Of course, check out the initiatives for the flame.org where you can get your herbal supplements. You can book consultations, readings, web designs, and more. And of course, visit Extraterrestrial Expressions, get you that drip. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and step out to space, man, and realize what you're missing on. So I just want to say thank you again and
Yes,
peace,
sure.
everybody.